Hello, I'm Vicky Parr, and it is time for another episode of Horror History. Okay, this one is very near and dear to my heart because it is literally part of my DNA. We're going to be talking about old Thomas Parr, who is reportedly the oldest man ever. He lived to be 152 years old. According to lore, he was born in either 1482 or 1483 in an English county on the Welsh border. He lived there for his entire life, living as a farmer and eating a suboptimal diet of mostly low-quality dairy and difficult-to-eat bread. He didn't marry until he was 80 years old, but the two children from that marriage did not survive infancy, but he did have a surviving child who was the result of an affair he had after he was 100 years old. So as you can imagine, most people were like, oh my gosh, this guy's super old. So of course, because he was a mystery, he was invited to meet King Charles of England in 1635. Now, while he was in the king's court, he ate and drank so much rich food and alcohol that it killed him. After he died, he was buried in Westminster Abbey in what is today known as the Poets' Corner, and you can still see his gravestone. He became very famous for his longevity and even had a Scotch whiskey named after him called Grand Old Parr, which is still available today. Now you're probably wondering, Vicky, why isn't your great whatever ancestor not in the Guinness Book of World Records for his extremely old age? Well, the answer is spotty record keeping. Some people think old Parr's records were confused with those of his father or grandfather and that he wasn't actually 152. But whatever the reason, he's not in the book, but family lore tells me that I had an ancestor that lived to be 152, and I think that's pretty darn cool. Another fun fact, old Parr and I are also related to Catherine Parr, who was the last wife of King Henry VIII of England. Now, why is this horrifying? Because who would want to live 152 years? And join me next time for another episode of Horror History.